Okay, so I know I'm going to sound a tad bit biased. Like I know I am, and I'm not trying to, but I kind of know I'm going to end up sounding biased. But the Weeknd and Swedish House Mafia dropped a song together, and it's more like a single. It's very different. Like this mindset when and R.I.P. to the Swedish um House Mafia's guy that rest in peace a couple years ago. Um, any fans out there, I understand. He died, and it's been a weird kind of thing because I have not seen them drop a lot lately. But been with a lot of R&B or pop artists. But recently they've been kind of dropping stuff recently, so that's all good. However, I want to say this: the Weeknd has been on a run that is very different. So everything so far the Weeknd has been on has been, for lack of a better word, it has been different. Like everything he's been on after he dropped After Hours, which if you haven't watched my After Hours review, I'd definitely go listen to that. But everything after Hours has kind of sounded the same in the fact that it's been about relationships. And this song is really no different. Like I think, and that's the thing. The Weeknd's always gonna have that bag when he talks about relationships because either people know his people that he's been in relationship with, or you know, The Weeknd because he's famous and he's a great R&B singer. But I think that all comes into experience. But this piece gives you an experience that I don't think a lot of people go through. But he also gives you perspective, like, hey, you could be on this person, but you could also be this person, and don't really let anybody string you along. But I think this might be a long of intro. We'll get into this right after our sponsor, but okay. So hopefully my introduction didn't really scare you away, but not about this. This is a very phenomenal piece because it gives you very deep perspective, and the Weeknd's good at what he does, and he does. And I've got to mention that the title of this song is called "Moth to a Flame," which the Weeknd has very great bars. He kind of mentions it lyrically, and this kind of tells a story of literally two lovers that are still in love with each other but don't know how to handle it because one has tried to move on, one is moving on good, and the other one's still reminiscing, thinking about it. I know a lot of people have been that way. And I think, especially during the thing that has happened in the past 2 years, a lot of people are thinking more of, hey, what happened to me and who and this and that and this and that. And I think this is a good song to kind of listen to and release it to because we're really trying to understand emotions, and a lot of people have a lot of emotions. If it's not even it's on dates or whatever, people are thinking a lot more about relationships and stuff like that. Either because you're in Weekend fan and you're getting up there, or we're growing, maturing, or you're just like getting into relationships and you start thinking, hey, could I have done this? Could I have done this? And it's refreshing, I think, and it's because it's different because it's the Weeknd. I think it's any other artist could do this, but since the Weeknd does it, it's kind of a palette of things. But I do mention this beat is kind of like an electric beat. If you don't really like electric EDM music, you probably won't like the song because the beat is good. It's very Skrillexy as a beat. I'm not sure who really did the beat. However, as I said, this is an experience and this is a problem. And and we've grown as a culture to call things toxic behavior. So I want to understand this is the toxic behavior I'm talking about. When like this is kind of the toxic behavior that we talk about in society now, where he's saying you can't leave, like you're not leaving me. Um, Now, that could be considered toxic, or he could be stating facts. Now, honestly, I'm not sure who this is about, but I think this is about like his recent girlfriend or recent ex girlfriend. And he's really, it's weird because this isn't only, this is the Weeknd style. So he's really just talking about love, which is, love is a great concept to talk about. You can really get a lot of things to talk about and a lot of things to talk in. But he just kind of says that you will not leave because you're loyal to me. Um, if y'all are broken up or if y'all are split, divorced, whatever, they don't belong to you. They really don't. So I wouldn't recommend saying like this because this will push them away. So I wouldn't recommend saying all of this. But just because they love you, it doesn't end. Like, just because they love you, don't mean they're gonna stay with you forever because they love you. Sometimes you just gotta move on. So he says, where he said, do you know? Does he know where your real love? Do you know? Does he? Do you know where? Does he know where your heart is? I think that's hard for some people when they get into relationships. They think back, okay, old wounds with them from previous relationships. Like, he did this, so when he does this, I'm mad about it. Or when she does this, she used to do this, so that's bad. Um, which I get. But he also says, does he know when he's asleep you're calling me? I'm only one call away. And I think this is really just explaining that people that really aren't over each other, but they're broken up. And I think that's very very much what the Weeknd is trying to express through these lyrics. As he said, he's heard from your friends or on social media that he is that your new man is right for you, or your new woman is right for you. Which I get. A lot of people do believe that when they get into new relationships. This is the one. Early. Like, this is the one I'm meant to be, And that's, that's different. It's different for a lot of people because it's hard to, because a lot of people do carry baggage with them. But I think you get to a point where a lot of people have baggage, so accept them the way you would want to accept somebody because it's very hard. And the Weeknd always makes people get into deep thought about his lyrics because his lyrics either hit home with you or it's just the way he expresses it. So this song has double perspectives on it. You could be either the person that moved on but still has feelings for the person before, or the person that hasn't moved on that just feels like, hey, I got you in my pocket because we were together, and you've always felt this way about me. It's not going anywhere because you keep calling me. It's very much manipulative to do this to somebody because you're basically playing with their emotions, and playing games and playing emotions aren't necessarily a good thing in life. It's kind of a sad thing to do because you don't really understand. Playing with somebody's emotions could be deadly. There was a story that I was reading that a woman smashed his whole window out because she found out he cheated. That could be deadly. So, when you get in these situations, you just don't play with people's emotions because it could turn out bad for either one of you. And I think there's always room for healing, especially in relationships that have ended bad. I think healing before you enter another one is always perfect. This song, right now, I really would say it's 8 out of 10. Really, it's 8 out of 10. Like, it gives you deep thought, but I don't like the beat as much.